Hey, what's up YouTube? This is We All Juggle Knives with a review, overview, discussion of the Leatherman Juice CS4. Yes, CS4. Where does this fit in that whole Juice product line? Well, here are three models of the Juice. The CS4 in the middle. This is the Juice S2. And this is the XE6. All right, and these are the newer models. And this is the older model. And as I was saying, you can see the differences in thickness there. The S2, all right, the thinnest, all right, and the XE6, quite thick, and the CS4, right in the middle, intermediate thickness, intermediate weight. So a quick overview, of course, you have the pliers with the wire cutters on this Juice, you know, the primary function of a multi-tool, the pliers. Oh, by the way, if you hear any birds in the background, no, that's not at your house. We had a thunderstorm, and after a big thunderstorm, the birds all come out and try to wash off their feathers and so forth. And here are the outside accessible tools. You've got a wood saw there, right? A reamer that folds over that. You have the blade, you have a corkscrew, you have a combo bottle and can opener. It's also an assist for the corkscrew. And you have the spring-loaded scissors. So those are the external tools. And you have 4 screwdrivers, all right, small, medium, and large flatheads. And then you have a 3D Phillips. And there is also a lanyard hole. You see that there, that you can flip out if you need to attach a lanyard. So 4 screwdrivers are the inner tool set. So the CS4, you know, it's kind of the odd man out of the current Juice lineup. I think it's probably the most likely model to be discontinued. The S2 is wildly popular, and if you're going for ease of carry, you know, and getting a lot for a little bit, you know, low weight and thin, compact. This is kind of a superstar as far as the ease of carry. This gives you a few more tools, right? But at a price. And if people aren't carrying the S2, a lot of them figure, you know, if I'm going to go heavy, I'm going to go all the way. So a lot of people might skip over this and go right for this because, yeah, it is real thick, but it's got like every major tool. I want to find out or analyze when, if ever, would you choose to carry this. Well, these are all the tools that it has that doesn't. The wood saw, the reamer, and the corkscrew. All right, and that's just open because you can't have the corkscrew open without that a little bit open. But what are these for? Well, obviously, the wood saw. It's would be useful in the outdoors, notching wood, making little notches in pieces of wood in order to make pieces of a shelter, pieces of a trap. You know, basic, you know, small scale work with wood. All right, so that has some outdoors application. Now the reamer, a reamer is a leather working tool, but it can also be used just as a general scraping tool, a puncturing tool. It works good on cordura as well. And it can also drill divots into wood. And I have tested this, it does work. It would drill a hole right through this if I wanted to. And last, we got that corkscrew. Now, in addition to opening any bottles of wine you might open, corkscrew is also a general purpose scraping tool, right? With the tip, it's basically at a 90 degree angle to the rest of the tool. So it's a scraping tool, right? But also, this can be used to loosen knots. It can be used when working with cordage. If you have a really tight knot, you know, you basically just screw the tip in under there, and you can loosen a knot. All right, so It has application for working with cordage. Okay, so what do all those extra tools have in common? Well, to me, most of those applications are outdoors type applications, okay? Sawing into wood, putting notches in wood, drilling divots in wood, or working with leather, working with hides. And the use of this as a scraper as well as something to work with cordage, you know, all those uses to me are all outdoors usage. So if you're in a suburb or an office, just carry the S2. But if you're in an outdoorsy setting, or maybe like me, you're in a mixed environment. You know, where I live, it's basically kind of a suburb, but at the same time, you guys have seen all the deer that surround me. I'm surrounded by woodlands, by hills, by creeks, by ravines, by gullies. If you go a little farther, there's fields, there's mountains. So even though I'm in a suburb, I could very easily find myself in more of a woodsy setting, just, 2 minutes off the road, and I'm in the wilderness. So if you're in a mixed setting like that, this actually does make sense and would give you, right, some benefits that this won't. So in answer to the question, would I ever choose this over this? Yeah, actually, absolutely. If I was going camping or going hiking, or I thought I was going to find myself in the woods or any sort of outdoor situations. But when would you use this as opposed to just going all the way with the XE6? Well, the only tools that this has that this doesn't are the file and the serrated blade. So you would have to ask yourself, what situations, if any, would you really miss those two tools? It's nice to have these two other tools in certain situations, but I think we can say they're definitely not like must-haves. They're definitely, there's definitely times where you wouldn't need a metal file and you wouldn't need the serrations, or you carry a separate blade that has them. I guess what I'm saying is that even though this is kind of the odd man out, it's a perfectly valid choice, depending on your situation, but I can think of many situations and scenarios where it would be perfectly valid and efficient to choose the CS4, right, as the intermediate weight and thickness option in the Juice line. All right, so don't be afraid to get one. Very cool multi-tool, and hope you enjoyed the discussion. This has been We All Juggle Knives. I'm out.